Verily, brethren and sisters, hearken unto the wisdom of Holy Scripture, for though the sacred writ doth not speak directly of dating as it is known in these latter days, yet doth it provide a righteous path for those who seeketh marriage through courtship. Here are 7 steps of how God desires us to carry on the biblical tradition of courtship instead of the worldly ways of dating. Number 1. Seek the Lord's guidance. O beloved, when the heart doth incline toward the sacred path of marriage, it is most needful to bow the knee in humble prayer before the Almighty, seeking His divine favor and guidance if it is God's will to do so. For it is written, "In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths." Proverbs chapter 3 verse 6. Let not thine own wisdom lead thee, nor the fleeting passions of youth, but rather commit thy way unto the Lord. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God." In fervent prayer, seek His will, that thy steps be established according to His perfect plan. Pray therefore that the Lord may grant thee discernment to know if the path before thee be of His ordaining. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Trust that the Lord in His boundless mercy shall answer thee and guide thee in the way everlasting. As thou dost seek a companion for life's journey, let thy prayers ascend as sweet incense before the throne of grace, beseeching the Lord to prepare thy heart and the heart of the one whom He hath chosen for thee. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Psalm chapter 37 verse 4. Thus, with prayer and supplication, commit thy ways unto the Lord, trusting in His wisdom and love to lead thee aright, that thy decisions may be blessed, and thy life together may glorify His holy name. Number 2. Seek godly counsel. Verily, it is meet and right that one who embarks upon the sacred path of courtship should seek godly counsel, for in the multitude of wise counselors doth safety and wisdom abound. The Holy Scriptures do exhort us, saying, "Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety." Proverbs chapter 11 verse 14. Therefore, let not a man trust solely in their own understanding, but rather seek the guidance of those who walk in the fear of the Lord, who are seasoned in the ways of righteousness. Proverbs chapter 24 verse 6 says, "For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety." In matters of the heart, where the stakes are high and the future unknown, it is prudent to hearken unto the voice of those who have gone before, whose lives bear the marks of godly wisdom and discernment. Let their words be as a lamp unto thy feet, and a light unto thy path, guiding thee in the ways of truth and integrity. Thus, seek thou counsel from godly and spiritual mentors, such as parents or men and women of the church, for they shall provide thee with guidance that is rooted in the fear of the Lord. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 20 says, "Hear counsel, and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end." In this wise thy courtship shall be established in wisdom, and thy steps shall be ordered by the Lord, leading to a union that bringeth glory unto His name. Number 3. Verily, it is of great import that a man should seek the counsel of the Almighty when pondering the choice of a wife, for in this matter doth the future of his household and the nurturing of his soul greatly depend. The Scriptures do declare, "Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord." Proverbs 18:22. Yet not any woman shall suffice, but one who feareth the Lord, and walketh in His ways. To enter into the sacred covenant of marriage is a decision of grave consequence, one that shall bind two souls together in the sight of God. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." The apostle doth warn, for a union not rooted in shared faith and godliness can lead to strife and sorrow. Therefore it is meet and right that a man should seek the face of the Lord in prayer, that he may be led to a woman who is devout in her faith, humble in spirit, and adorned with the virtues of a godly life. A God-fearing woman within the church is a treasure beyond price, for her price is far above rubies. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. She shall be a helpmeet, wise in counsel and steadfast in love, guiding the home in righteousness and rearing children in the fear of the Lord. Such a woman is the crown of her husband, and she bringeth honour unto his name. By praying unto the Lord, a man doth acknowledge that he is but a vessel in the hands of the Almighty, dependent upon his wisdom and grace. The heart of man deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. In seeking God's guidance, he ensureth that his choice is not swayed by outward appearance or fleeting passions, but is founded upon the solid rock of God's will. Thus, let every man who seeketh a wife bow in humble prayer before the Lord, asking that he would lead him to a woman of faith and virtue, one who shall walk with him in the light of God's truth. In this wise his marriage shall be blessed, and his household established in the fear of the Lord, bringing forth fruit unto righteousness all the days of their lives. Number 4. Involving the woman's father and mother. Verily, it is a matter of great propriety and wisdom that a maiden's mother and father be duly notified ere a courtship is undertaken. For the Scriptures do command in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, Honour thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. This commandment, being of divine ordination, doth apply most assuredly to the weighty matter of courtship, wherein the heart and future of a daughter are concerned. The parents of the damsel, being entrusted by God with her upbringing and well-being, are to be her foremost protectors and counselors. As it is written, My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. Proverbs 6:20-21. In like manner, a daughter should hold fast to the guidance of her parents, who have nurtured her with wisdom and love, and whose counsel is of great value in discerning the path of righteousness. Moreover, the notifying of the maiden's parents is an act of honor and respect, acknowledging their God-given role in her life. The Scriptures in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 declares, Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. When a suitor seeks to court a maiden, he doth well to first seek the blessing and counsel of her father and mother, that the courtship may proceed with their approval and under their watchful care. In notifying her parents, the suitor showeth forth his honourable intentions, and doth demonstrate his respect for the family into which he seeks to enter. This act of respect doth also serve to safeguard the maiden's heart, ensuring that her parents, who have her best interests at heart, are involved in the process. Thus, let it be understood that the notification of a maiden's mother and father prior to courtship is not only a matter of custom, but of scriptural wisdom and divine order. In this wise, the courtship shall be established in honor and righteousness, with the blessing of those whom God hath ordained as the guardians of the maiden's heart. Number 5. Let the courtship begin, maintaining purity and honor. In all their dealings, let the couple maintain purity and honor, abstaining from all forms of temptation and keeping their bodies holy before the Lord. For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication. Let their conduct be above reproach, that they may walk in holiness. As the courtship progresses, let both man and woman seek divine confirmation through prayer and the counsel of the godly. Psalm chapter 37 verse 5 says, Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Let them discern the will of the Lord, that they may proceed with confidence in his leading. Number 6. Enter into engagement and preparation for marriage. When the Lord's will is made clear, let the man and woman enter into engagement, preparing their hearts and lives for the holy covenant of marriage. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Genesis 2:24. Let the betrothal be a time of preparation, that the marriage may be blessed, and the union made strong in the Lord. Even during this time shall purity and holiness be maintained. Verily, it is of utmost necessity that one should maintain holiness and honor unto God, even throughout the season of engagement, for this time, though betwixt courtship and marriage, is yet sacred in the eyes of the Almighty. Engagement is not a license to cast off restraint, but rather a call to uphold the virtues of purity and godliness with greater diligence, knowing that the eyes of the Lord are upon the betrothed. The Scriptures do declare, "But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation." 1 Peter 1:15. This commandment extendeth unto every season of life, and most assuredly unto the time of engagement, when the hearts of the betrothed must be guarded with all diligence. For it is in this period that the adversary doth often seek to sow seeds of temptation, leading some to forsake the path of righteousness, and to defile that which should be kept pure. Engagement, being a time of preparation for the holy covenant of marriage, doth require that the man and woman keep themselves unspotted from the world, abstaining from all appearance of evil. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22. They must strive to honor God in their thoughts, words, and deeds, remembering that they are called to be vessels of honor, fit for the Master's use. Moreover, the bond of engagement is not yet the full covenant of marriage. Therefore, the betrothed must refrain from those intimacies and affections which are reserved for the marriage bed alone. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Hebrews 13:4. To act otherwise is to profane the holy estate of marriage, and to invite the judgment of God upon themselves. Let the betrothed therefore walk circumspectly, redeeming the time and keeping themselves pure, that their engagement may be a testimony of their love for God and their commitment to His commandments. By so doing they shall enter into marriage with a clear conscience, knowing that they have honored God in all things, and that He shall bless their union with His favor and peace. Thus, let holiness and honor be the watchwords of the engagement, that the betrothed may glorify God in this season of waiting and preparation, and that their marriage may be established upon the sure foundation of righteousness and truth. And number 7, the marriage covenant. Verily, it is most fitting and right that holiness and honor unto God be maintained even throughout the bonds of marriage. For this sacred union is not of man's devising, but of the Lord's own ordinance, established from the beginning of creation. As it is written, "Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge." Hebrews 13:4. Therefore, even as man and woman are joined together in the holy estate of matrimony, they must continue to walk in the fear of the Lord, keeping their union pure and undefiled before Him. Holiness in marriage is not merely the avoidance of sin, but the active pursuit of righteousness, whereby both husband and wife seek to grow in godliness and to spur one another on to love and good deeds. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. In so doing, they fulfill their God-given roles as helpmeets to one another, encouraging each other in the faith and walking together on the narrow path that leadeth unto life. Moreover, honor within marriage is the due reverence and respect that both husband and wife owe unto one another, as well as unto the Lord who hath joined them together. The husband is commanded to love his wife as Christ loveth the church, and the wife is commanded to reverence her husband, Ephesians 5:33. This mutual honor is a testimony of the grace of God at work within their hearts, and it preserveth the sanctity of their union. Thus, let husband and wife together commit to a life of holiness and honor, walking in the fear of the Lord, and keeping their marriage bed undefiled. In this wise their union shall be blessed, their home shall be a sanctuary of peace and righteousness, and their lives shall bring glory unto God, who hath called them into this holy estate. Before we bring this story to a close, let us ponder on 3 key questions. What was the lesson of this Bible story? How does this story apply to our lives today? And how does this story reveal the character of Christ? Number 1. What was the lesson of this Bible story? The lesson of courtship is to build a foundation of love, trust, and commitment under God's guidance, ensuring that the relationship is rooted in mutual respect, holiness, and alignment with God's will, leading to a strong and lasting marriage. Number 2. How does this story apply to our lives today? As of recent years, the divorce rate in many countries, including the United States, hovers around 40–50% for first marriages, with higher rates for subsequent marriages. This alarming statistic underscores the challenges many couples face when building and sustaining their relationships. Choosing God's way of courting over the world's way of dating is crucial because God's approach emphasizes intentionality, purity, and commitment. Biblical courtship focuses on seeking God's will, involving family and community, and establishing a foundation of spiritual unity. This contrasts with modern dating, which often prioritizes physical attraction, emotional fulfillment, and personal gratification without long-term commitment. God's way encourages couples to build relationships on mutual respect, shared faith, and a strong moral foundation, which are essential for a lasting and fulfilling marriage. By following His guidance, couples are more likely to create a union that not only endures, but also honors God. And number 3, how does the story reveal the character of Christ? Courtship reveals the character of Christ by emphasizing selfless love, sacrificial commitment, and purity, mirroring how Christ loves and cares for His church. In a Christ-centered courtship, individuals seek to honor God and each other, placing the other's well-being above their own desires, much like Christ, who loved the church and gave Himself up for her. Ephesians 5:25. Through patience, humility, and a focus on spiritual growth, courtship reflects Christ's example of servanthood and dedication. It encourages a relationship built on trust, integrity, and respect, all of which are key aspects of Christ's character. By prioritizing these values, courtship becomes a journey that not only leads to a godly marriage, but also shapes both individuals to become more Christ-like in their love and interactions. The covenant of marriage is a reflection of the holy covenant between Christ and His church, wherein Christ hath loved the church and given Himself for her, that He might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25–26. In like manner, the husband and wife are called to sanctify their union, to live in holiness, and to honor God in all their ways, that their marriage may be a beacon of light in a dark world. In conclusion, as we carry these eternal truths in our hearts, may they inspire us to live lives characterized by gratitude, humility, and faithfulness, as we strive to reflect the love and mercy of our Savior, Jesus Christ, to the world around us. Continue your journey of faith with us and search the Scriptures for yourselves. Like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the message of hope to all. You are watching Bible Stories Unleashed. God bless.